All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right in the video description is in the chat. Click that link. You get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. And even if you don't, I appreciate your presence. Here at the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got you, family. 25% off selected items at this time. Shop and save, save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University. We talking about over 1,500 videos of pure heat fire presented by General SETI himself, all the subjects that you know and love from the general. Plus, we got the supplemental, also monumental and instrumental research material from the Grandmaster teachers, giving you the 360 degrees of supreme African academic wisdom and knowledge that cannot be surpassed by any other website on the planet. I want you over there today. Become a member, generalseti.com, SETI University. And everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon, BPC making noise. We never come, exclusive live streams, too hot to handle on YouTube, or just so exquisite. We keep it for our family on Patreon. And we got some fire we dropped tonight. You need to get on over there. We got when the king is in check. We talking about Yo Gotti when the king is in check. When the next move might be your last, you need to get over there and get that work. Fire information about situations that these brothers and sisters find themselves in today, how you can get out of it and how you can not even get into it. That's what we talking about, family. So get over there to Patreon today. All my family out there donated to the general. I thank you. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate me. Any of the family out there see the general doing this hard work, want to donate, the link is in the video descriptions. It's in the chat. Click it, donate. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King SETI, General SETI, Sarasun SETI. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Here we go, family. Yemen says that the Red Sea will burn, gives bone-chilling warning. Okay? Yemen says that the Red Sea will burn, gives bone-chilling warning. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in Yemen. What they talking about? What they talking about? Ain't nobody in there. Oh yeah. Y'all better get it together. Get it together in there. What is going on? That's right. We're good. All right. Yeah, it's like that. Now we got to talk tonight. See, you talking about the who gonna rule the world is in the scales. It's in the scales, and a lot of nations today they feel as if they have grown up, that they have developed, that they have gained technology today. They feel like the days of old are long past, that they could strike out today. You see, yeah, Yemen gonna fuck around and don't even be on the map. Yemen gonna fuck around, don't even be on the map tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker that shit gonna disappear. The map on your wall, nigga. You gonna go to the map on, I got maps on the wall, nigga. You gonna go to the map on your wall, nigga, and it's gonna be missing it's gonna be missing Yemen. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be missing Yemen. You know what I'm saying? Because them motherfuckers, see, you know, that's one thing about it. Yeah, yeah, they all say that shit. They all say that shit. Yeah, and by the name of Allah, and we will destroy the great beast. And motherfucker go over there, drop money, about three of them mo bad bombs on their ass, and you'll see one little air about to smoke with a white flag. Please, we was mistaken. We was mistaken. You see, we was mistaken. We didn't understand that you meant business like that. Why you didn't say you felt that way? We would have tapped out a long time ago. You didn't know we didn't know you was gonna drop them mobiles on us like that, man. You see, we didn't know you was gonna come like that. You see one little Arab and coming up out the smoke with that white flag. Please don't drop not another one of them motherfuckers. We can't take no more. See, that's a setup, man. It's a setup. Nah, but they could be a menace. They fighting a guerrilla warfare. They're gonna hit and run. That's what they're gonna do. And like I say, yeah, they ain't gonna. But the reality is, that they can't just bomb Yemen. They just can't bomb them. In order to get, you're gonna have to put some boots on the ground. That's ultimately what it's gonna boil down to. You see, wait a minute, where my yeah, that's ultimately what it's gonna boil down to. Let me see. I got a lot of nice I got a lot of nice maps and shit I want to work with tonight. I made sure I get my maps and shit. But see, the thing is, you can bomb them, but and you can catch them. You can catch some of them stockpiles and shit, and you can knock some of them stockpiles out of there. You can do that. But ultimately, you know what I'm saying? You got to shut down the supply line. You got to shut down the supply line. And I went in there just like we were talking the other day to see if Oman and was in league with the West and shit, and they've been funneling shit through Oman. That's where it's going, because it's right across from Iran, and so if they can't sell it all the way to Yemen, they'll sneak it into Oman and have them sneak it from Oman into Yemen. You see, so you gotta shut that supply line down. Number one, first and foremost, you got to diminish their capabilities to be able to let that motherfucker go, first and foremost. You see, you got to be able. Now, let me get us in here. Let me get us in here. Okay. Let me get us in here. Now, listen to me, because a lot of people out here know. I told y'all that they was, and like I said, I showed the other day, and before it even went down, I knew that they was going to strike them. They had no choice, other than to strike them. They got to strike them. They got to strike them. But it's not just, you could diminish certain capabilities, certain stockpiles, but a lot of shit not going to be visible. You see, they ain't going to have everything out there in the open. Some shit going to be hid. You know what I'm saying? And so on that point, you're gonna have and you got to not just diminish the technology, the missiles, and the the launching systems, to be able to launch them missiles. You got to diminish their ability to be able to do that. And so if they catch them with all they if they got their systems in operation, they out in the open, yeah, you can knock a lot of that shit out of there. If it's in buildings that they aware that they stockpiling in certain buildings, and if they get the up on their ass and they don't know that they're coming, then they could destroy a lot of those buildings too. Because believe you me, it's a lot of things gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah, they plotting on them, but you could believe, listen to me when I tell you. Believe you me, that special forces, the CIA, they already in there. You see what I'm saying? If they ain't in there, they're gonna be in there soon. You see, because they got to get in there and get some, they got to get some locations. You see, they got to get some locations. Now, they could diminish a lot of, they're going to have more than one operation going on. But you most definitely want to get some, you want to get some special forces. You want to get locations, if nothing but to locate and see, where, and put some, yeah. Then put some red dots on some buildings and on some heads. You see, and you could do that with drones and shit. You can do that with drones too. And so that's what they're gonna do. But ultimately, they're gonna have some, because if it's about Gaza, you see, if it's about Gaza, then they're gonna continue to be a menace. You see, they're gonna continue to be a menace towards all the trade that's going happening in the Red Sea. Now, what's very significant about the Red Sea, you see, if the West, or anybody for that matter, can't get their shipments up through the Red Sea and through the Suez Canal, this is really it's really about Europe. It's really about Europe. It's really about Europe. I believe it's also about the United States. Also, I don't know how long the distance is, but I know for the United States, but I know for Europe that it's almost double the amount of time to sail all the way around the Horn of Africa, you see, into the Mediterranean, to go all the way around Africa. And see, that's another thing why Egypt is so important to the world, because Egypt is the center of the world, the economic world. It is the center. You see, coming from Asia, coming from the far extremities of Asia, the east of Asia, China, Japan, India, all of that, all the trade that's going to Europe is going through that Gulf of Aden, going through the Red Sea, up through the Suez Canal into the Mediterranean. This is the shortest route to do that. Anything else you talking about, it's going to be an astronomical cost, in gas, in manpower, and if it's going to take products that, you talking about, it's going to take an extra week. It's going to not more than a week, extra almost 10 days, extra 10 days on all that. And that's not, that's if is no problems out there, no storms or nothing on that level, and so you could slow up, the process of restocking a whole lot of shit in Europe. So that most definitely is a problem. Now, if they're willing to go all the way around, that's but that's gonna be the cost of it. That's gonna be the cost of it. And so you see, let me see here. Yeah, you can see right here, the alternate route. Now, You saying I don't know if coming from, I believe, I don't know what the starting point. Okay, route Suez Canal, but where is they coming from? I don't know which alternative shipping route. So I don't know if they coming out the. I don't know if they starting point is right there where the lines, start, and but it's gonna double. You see, and you see where it say 14 days, and if you had to go all the way around the cable, you talking about 11,300 miles, and they talking about 5 billion per day westward bound. You see, 5 billion per day westward bound. So I had to get in there 4.5 billion per day eastbound. Okay, so that's gonna cost you a $500 million per day. You see, that's gonna cost you $500 million. So it is it's gonna that's a lot of dough. You see, that's a lot of dough because after a while, because I mean, from my understanding, I believe 1,000 billions. I don't know if it's 1,000 billions is a trillion. You see, you talking about trillions of dollars, and a thousand. I believe it's 1,000. I have to see, but that's ultimately, it's gonna drive over a course of years, and it's gonna go into the trillions and trillions of dollars. You see, you talking about 2 years, it's gonna be trillions of dollars just by having to navigate, around the Cape of Good Hope. So Egypt, that shows you right there significance of Egypt. That's another reason why they don't want you to know your power in that land, because to take over that power, and understand that the Red Sea, even to this day, and that the Gulf of Aden to this day is still one of the when you talk about power centers on the planet, it is still to this day one of the greatest power centers on the planet. You see, now you got the East China Sea, which a lot of money is coming through there too. A lot of money coming through there too. And so today, a lot between those two right there, the East China Sea and uh and the Red Sea, Suez Canal in Egypt, but even the waters that connect those uh those areas, the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea. See, they out there. See, the United States is out there setting up in that motherfucker. You see, they out there setting up in there because they know ultimately that's what it's gonna come down to. See, that's power. See, power ain't just some shit you talk about. When you are in control of certain power centers on the planet, you disrupt shit in a real major way. That Persian Gulf is very important. You see, that's very important. So along with the Persian Gulf, along with the Gulf of Aden, the Arabian, that whole area through there. You see, that whole area, coming out of the Persian Gulf, and then it's linking, even the because I guess you could go through the Pacific. I guess you could, some people could, come, from India, China, from China, United States probably. I don't know if it's quick. It'd probably be a lot quicker if they sail across the Pacific. You see what I'm saying? They probably would take a Pacific course, but India is another thing. India is right there in the in the Arabian Sea, on the border of the Arabian Sea. So it's gonna be better to for India to go through the Gulf of Aden, through the Red Sea into Europe, and probably out into the Atlantic to America. That'd probably be a better route for India. For China, Japan, they probably sail right on across. You know, and then even then, China has it has trade in the Persian Gulf. China has trade in the Gulf of Aden, in the Red Sea. So ultimately, it's still, that those areas are connected. And so those are probably the two most important areas, you know, the two most important areas as far as, trading in Asia. Those are, most definitely, two of the power centers. And whoever controls that, has a great authority in the world. They not gonna let the Houthis have no goddamn control like that. They just not gonna let them have that. And so anybody that, and you see right here, see, this is what I was talking about. Remember, I said I don't know about Oman, and let me look it up. But and I be goddamn, and and I believe me, I've been doing geography as one of my strongest points. And so I can look, and I can visualize shit for myself. I don't need to go. And I say, well, let me go and see what's going on. And I see that they had already been using Oman. They say on paper that, they allies with some of the West. That don't mean shit. So they have been taking equipment into Oman. They've been taking across that water. And so, it is so right there, that's gonna be hard because they're gonna have to try to control, that's the that's the what's the name of that? I know that's the Persian Gulf, but that's the Straits of it's Hormuz. I believe it's the Strait of Hormuz. I know it's not on here, but I believe that's what it is, the Strait of Hormuz. And so, let me make sure that's right. I don't want to be wrong when I say some shit. You know what I'm saying? Hormuz. Okay, Hormuz or Hormuz, however they pronounce it, Hormuz or Hormuz. You see that, and so in order to keep them from getting, that those armaments, across, they're gonna have, and so I don't see how they, there's gonna be a lot of, there's gonna be a lot of land they're gonna have to survey, and I don't know if they're gonna have the power. In which, I mean, them ships is too goddamn big. Some of them ships they're not even taking up in there. They're gonna operate up in them areas with much smaller ships. You see, but they would literally, they would have to control that Strait of Hormuz. You see, in order, or not even the strait, but this area that leads out into the Arabian Sea. You know, they're gonna have to now. I got to look into the United Arab Emirates. I got to see where they stand. I believe the U.S. got bases over there. I do believe that they do. But you're gonna have to, ultimately. Let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all this straight up, so we understand each other. Ultimately, you're gonna have to go to the head of the snake. You're gonna have to go to the head of the snake. That's Iran. You're gonna have to go to the head of the snake. If you really want to bring this shit, you know what I'm saying, to an ultimate end, that's where you're gonna have to go. Either you're gonna do it in diplomatically, but they're gonna always have that on you. You see, and plus they're developing new technology on top of it, where they might not, it's gonna come a point in time where they ain't gonna want to negotiate because they're gonna feel that they're strong enough to not negotiate if they want to, you know. And so, but that's ultimately where you got to go. You got to deal with Iran. They the ones that's lacing all the prop, you talking about they allies, and you know what I'm saying, such as the Houthis, such as Hamas, such as Hezbollah. All of those are, they underlings. You see, those are their allies that they continue to you know send aid and military and so on and so forth, that's what's going to happen. But and if you can't deal with Iran immediately, you're going to have to deal with Yemen. You're going to have to deal with Yemen. And I can't see, you stopping them from shooting because, they could do it at any given time. They could sneak out there. And so unless you're going to fly air sorties over Yemen forever, you're going to have to get rid of their ass. You're going to have to get rid of them. You're going to have to hit them where it hurt. And it ain't going to just be bombing. You're going to have to put boots on the ground. That's what it boiled down to. And they just hit a United States ship. I don't think it did much damage. But it's just letting you know they're continuing to fire off. You see? Nah. Like, what's going to happen is Yemen, they going to continue, they feeling themselves right now. But they're going to fuck around and hit the wrong shit. That's what's going to fuck them up. And listen, they're going to end up bombing their ass. They already in the Stone Age. They're going to be in the Pebble Age. They're going to, the stones just going to turn into pebbles. That's what's going to happen. They ain't going to be in the Stone Age. They're going to be in the Pebble Age. I don't want nobody, too many times. We want some, we have, contempt for our oppressor. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You supposed to. But you must have some sense too. You must have some sense. You must have some sense and understand. Just like boxing. You see? Just like boxing. I remember when Marvin, what's his name? Marvin Frazier, the son of Joe Frazier. I remember when he got in the goddamn ring with Mike Tyson. Soon as I got in, I could see the fear in that nigga eyes. I said, this ain't gonna last long. This just ain't gonna last long. You can look this nigga Mike Tyson over there like one of them goddamn, pit bulls and shit with the slob and shit. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker over there breathing deep. You understand what I'm saying? He ready to do, he ready to run out the goddamn corner and eat this nigga immediately. You see, and you could see that nigga Marvin Frazier was over there shaking like a motherfucker. I mean, a lot of people you got to take religion out of it. I know you might be a Muslim. I don't give a damn if you a Muslim or not. Be a Muslim with some sense, nigga. This shit ain't gonna end well. You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna end well. And and many times they be mad because they think we talking about God. No, I'm not. I don't want you to get mad at me. In the name of Allah, they ain't gonna make it. They not gonna make it. You see what I'm saying? They not gonna make it. Yemen does not possess enough. And Iran is putting them up to that. You see, and they being a menace. But I guarantee you, they not about to let them little dusty ass Arabs in Yemen stop trillions and trillions of dollars worth of trade. Now, the United States technically did not want to be there. They mad at Israel, you understand, for continuing to bomb and bomb and bomb, you see, but they ain't did shit about it because ultimately they tied at the hip over there. You see, and they tied at the hip over there, and they can't turn their back on them because if they get into it with Iran, they're going to be expecting that Israel, the Israelis, is going to back them up. And they knowing that it could be very soon that take place. And so they tied at the hip, and so they know that they can't demand too much more of them because it's probably already at the tip of the iceberg already. You can try diplomacy for so long, and Iran could be very well, right there at the doorstep of possessing a nuclear bomb, or they might already possess it, and they trying to fit the warhead on that motherfucker. But they willing to, they still gonna force Iran hand. You see what I'm saying? Listen here. The United States is not accepting the fact that some nations may acquire a nuclear bomb, and they willing to, they got a doctrine that's saying, that it's possible to win a nuclear war. So they not letting motherfuckers just get nuclear, 3 or 4 or 5, or, they very well may have, but don't have all the technology to match them pound for pound. They willing to go to war with their ass now. You see? And so you liable to see any type of crazy shit out there today. It's a different world. Other nations do have nuclear bombs. But yeah, that's I mean, because strategically, I don't know what they're trying to do with Ukraine. I don't. I don't. I mean, they've already gotten Finland and majority of the nations that's right there on the border of Russia. They already fell into their pocket. So I don't know, what they continuing to, but I don't know. Maybe they had a lot of old bombs and shit that they had to get rid of. And they got $1 billion for the new year, to invest into military, and so they got enough money where they can buy all new bombs, and maybe they want to get rid of some old bombs. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, but ultimately, I can tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know how much longer that you can let billions of dollars come to a standstill. And yeah, they have a lot of old bombs and shit that they just want to let them motherfuckers off because they about to make a whole lot of new ones. You see, and they about to make a whole lot of new ones, so don't worry. They gonna have anybody out there think they ain't got none for your ass. You wrong. You wrong, motherfucker, because if push come to shove, if you see and one of them nuclear subs, that Ohio class or any of that shit, if that motherfucker show up in the Gulf, that motherfucker can hide anywhere. That motherfucker come up in your bathtub, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? That motherfucker come up in your bath out of nowhere, nigga, and launch all type of, they say one of them motherfuckers could destroy a whole fucking nation. You see? So, I mean, what you gonna do? You gonna threaten a motherfucker with, and knowing your ass is grass? You see, you willing to risk annihilation? You see, that's where they boil down to. And see, and they'll know that light will go on. They'll know. They like, Russia called them motherfuckers because they know when that shit is on. They know when it's on. They say, oh shit. when them motherfuckers, when they get to flipping them buttons for that nuclear shit, you see, when they get to flipping them buttons for the nuclear shit, Russia and China, they know that shit on. They say, oh, these motherfuckers is hot. They hot down there. You see, they gonna call them motherfuckers up like, man, y'all don't fire no more shit. That these motherfuckers got them nukes over there on your ass, nigga. They wouldn't nuke Yemen. They wouldn't nuke Yemen, but they most definitely a nuke Iran. They most definitely a nuke them. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a sad situation for them too. You see, but they got enough manpower to go into Yemen. The Houthis ain't but about 30,000, 40,000. They'll get beat up. They'll get beat up real quick. You know what I'm saying? If it came push came to shove, you know what I'm saying? They've been to took over that motherfucker. They've been to took over that motherfucker in less than, they've been to took over that motherfucker in less than 30 days. You see what I'm saying? 30, if they're going there right, You see what I'm saying? They been to took that motherfucker over in less than 30 days. You see, and they ain't gonna go in there and play with them. They ain't gonna go in there and play with them. You know what I'm saying? They probably gonna have to go in. They probably take. They probably take 100,000 to a. They probably take 100,000 and go in there. You see what I'm saying? If they're gonna do it right, they can go in there small, but they in there 20. 20. You want to go in there with maximum force and shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to go in there with at least 100,000. You go in there with 100,000, they'll take that bitch over, and it won't take long. It probably less, but I'm giving a bigger number. You go in there with 100,000, you surround that motherfucker with ships. You go in there, and they're gonna keep them out there at a distance anyway. But you surround and they get them goddamn helicopters in there. Man, they get them goddamn helicopters in there, man. It's them Black Hawks and them other motherfuckers. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. They ain't doing shit. They ain't doing a motherfucking thing but getting the fuck out of there. Cause they gonna hit them before they go in there. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it'd be something, but it ain't gonna be enough. It ain't gonna be enough. They're gonna be on their own. They're gonna go in there and take that shit over. 100,000. That's all you need. Yeah. 100,000. Yeah, that's sub, and once they, and they'll put them, and believe me, the subs is already over there. Nigga, they already sitting out there in Iran. They already over there. When they shot that motherfucking missile over there in Syria or Iraq or whatever, they already got the subs over there. And they know it. They know it. You see what I'm saying? So, it's going to be a greater war. And the war going to even extend into Africa. It's even going, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Saudi Arabia ain't going to do shit. Yeah, Saudi Arabia ain't gonna do shit. They gonna get some act right before they run up in that motherfucker. You see, they keep talking shit. It's gonna be all out in a minute. A lot of motherfuckers gonna have to learn the hard way. You see what I'm saying? And that's real talk. And I'm just saying it for, on the strength of, modern warfare. You know what I'm saying? I just, on land, and a lot of people believe, yeah, East Africa coming in. They coming in. They coming in. They coming in. It's gonna be. They're gonna take over Djibouti, Eritrea, Somaliland. They already, in there with Somalia, and so, them motherfuckers gonna get some act right. They're gonna get some act right. They're gonna get some act right. Believe me, and I hate to say that, because they with Iran and the Arab anyway. So I don't give a fuck about none of that shit over there. On that respect, those are Arab affiliates. It ain't like they love Africa or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Them is motherfucking Arabs. Yeah, them is Arabs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, if they break the air, maybe we can break their ass. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to let the other motherfucker break their ass. And then when it's all said and done, when he's weak, and you can come in and take it all. Like they say, my enemy's enemy is my friend. That's what they say. It don't always have to be true, but I understand how that process could take place. You know what I'm saying? I could see how that operation could take place. So let him, break the back so the Arabs in the land and African people can ultimately, when the issue, other issues in the world, and is calling him to move his, and you come in, and sometimes diplomatically you just have to act like you're with him until he's, and then you move, you still all while he think you with him, you in there, getting the system together, getting it operating, you know what I'm saying? Building up until where because shit is gonna expand, and sometimes you have to do it that way to keep from being the little nigga to get bombed up and shit, this, that, and the third. A lot of people want you to take a stand that you militarily came back up. You know what I'm saying? At that time. And so sometimes you just had to take the back route to your success, and I believe that's what our people can do over there. to stay out of the madness, but it is going to go to the Horn of Africa because they can't just have one side. They got to have both sides to make the shit work. They got to have Somalia, the Horn of Africa, all the way through, the Red Sea. If you on that Red Sea, you gonna be down. If you on that, and that includes Saudi Arabia. If you on that Red Sea, you gonna be down. If you're not gonna be down, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems. And Saudi Arabia don't want no problems because the majority of the shit that they got over there is the United States. They can play, they can let Russia play them. Russia back Iran. And Iran is Saudi Arabia's main enemy. So they could be lulled to sleep if they want to. I don't think they that stupid. They playing the game right now because Russia is using their dumb ass. You understand? But when it get down to it and Iran go to war with Saudi Arabia, they backing Iran. That's who they gonna back. So Saudi Arabia, they gonna lay low. They gonna lay low. They gonna say that they against the aggression of Israel and United States, but they ain't gonna make no move. Yeah, they ain't gonna make no moves. You see, all right, family. I give them. They ain't gonna keep letting them billions of dollars. Them billions of dollars go, stack up. Yemen probably got. They ain't got to the end of this month. I believe by the end of this month, at maximum, at maximum, especially if they strike two, 3 more ships. If they strike 2 or 3 more ships, that's gonna be it. Yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Ain't gonna be no more. They're gonna have to come up with an answer for that at that point. They need one now, but I give them 2, 3 more ships, and I give them to the end of the month by to make some official statement that a move must be made on Yemen. You understand what I'm saying? Which might throw the whole goddamn Arabian Peninsula into war. It might throw the whole goddamn Arabian Peninsula into war, but that's it in a nutshell, family. I thank y'all for being here. We'll be black tomorrow. I give them 15 days to make an official announcement that an operation will officially be made. Yeah, I give them 15 days. I give them 15 days because you talking billions of dollars a day. You're talking about $1 billion a day. That's $15 billion. How long you gonna let that go? You talking about $1 billion a day. You talking about $15 billion, and you talking about some dusty motherfuckers over there in the sand with sandals on and a goat, 2 goats and a pair of sandals is stopping 15. $1 billion a day. Is that real? I think at some point in time you have to come up with an answer for that. You see what I'm saying? This motherfucker got a turban on, a goat, 2 sheep, and some sandals. You see? Some camel leather sandals. Get the fuck out of here. It's going to be problems in this bitch real soon. It's going to be problems in this bitch real soon. You see, they always talk about Allah, and I ain't trying, we will destroy you. And then that bomb come on, and motherfucker be trying to call you on the motherfucking, on the 3-way. You understand? And listen, man, I didn't know, I didn't know you was going to come like that on me. You understand what I'm saying? I thought this shit was just for the news, man. What the fuck you do this to me for? It's going to take us damn near 1,000 years to recover from what y'all done did to us. You understand? Maybe we got our signals mixed up, man. I thought this shit just was for TV. You see what I'm saying? Now you done fucked me up. You done bombed all my goat. I ain't got no more goats over here. It smelled like barbecue goat meat all through Arabia. You understand what I'm saying? You done bomb my shoes. I ain't even got shoes on my feet. You done bombed the sandals to dust and shit. You know what the fuck, man? Why you do me like this? You see, I'm gonna call you. We got Iran on the three-way, like. It tell Iran, you better get your shit together too, motherfucker. For we show your ass up. You see, you keep testing this motherfucker, and then when these motherfuckers get to raining down on your motherfucking asses, it's gonna be too late. So yeah, think about it, motherfucker, and say your prayers, motherfucker. Go in there, say your prayers, and you have a deep conversation with Allah. Don't come up out there with no half-ass conversation. Come up out of there with a deep conversation with Allah and see what Allah tell you. You know what Allah gonna say? You better get the fuck up out of that man's face with that bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Allah say, get out of that man's face with that bullshit, because if he send one of them, ain't nothing I could do. Ain't nothing I could do. You understand what I'm saying? This is Allah talking to you, baby. Listen to me when I tell you. Get out that man's face for he bomb your motherfucking ass into the Stone Age. All right, family. This is General Sarah Soon said. He said, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.